Good morning, everyone. We'll call this the December 15th Board of Commissioners meeting to order. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first up, we have the approval of minutes.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion we approve the minutes from our regular meeting on December 1st, 2025 as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Accounts payable.
Mr. President, I'd like to recommend the claims dated December 4th, 2025 through December 15th, 2025 be approved without exception.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the vouchers. All in favor say aye. Opposed? That passes. Payroll.
Mr. President, I would also like to recommend the payroll dated December 5th, 2025 be approved without exception.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second to approve payroll. All in favor say aye. Opposed? That passes. An interlocal agreement with the City of Lafayette and West Lafayette. Doug? Or is this Tim?
Might be Tim. I mean, I can bluff my way through it, but
Yeah, so this is something that we've been discussing. The short version of this is because we got a favorable bid on the Morehouse Road project. We had some extra federal funding available to us, and through some trading with NDOT, we were able to move that funding down the road to this year. And we thought one good way to use that would be to start what would be a very preliminary study looking at extending US 231 from where it currently ends up to the interstate. Now, this is something that has been in our transportation plans in some form since the very first one we did back in 1978, but it hasn't been extensively studied enough to be anywhere near an engineered road with an alignment. So a lot of work would have to be done before a project could become a reality. And because it's such a large scope, we kind of wanted to put something together in order to look at just what it would take to even get really an in-depth study on that. So that's what this is for. And the money that we have that I mentioned earlier can pay for 80% of that, but we do need a 20% local match. So this interlocal agreement outlines how Lafayette, West Lafayette, and Tippecanoe County will split that 20% local match. Are there any questions about that?
Any question? Not? Motion?
All right, Mr. President, I'll make a motion we approve the interlocal agreement with the City of Lafayette and West Lafayette.
Second.
Motion and second to approve this interlocal agreement. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. All right, highway, we need to add acceptance of, or opening of some bids for bridge replacement, Bridge 122 and 149.
so we've got the first proposal is from HIS Constructors. With, looks like a total bid of $1,447,346. Second bid is from Morphe Construction. With a total bid of $1,488,000. Third bid is from Milestone. a total bid of $1,371,395. Fourth bid from Atlas Excavating. A total bid of $1,570,894. And a fifth bid from Reith Riley. With a total bid of $1,378,388.19.
Okay. Thank you to all the contractors and the bidders. So we'll take this under advisement.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second to take these bids under advisement. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Once again, thank you to all the bidders. Okay, award a paver proposal.
Okay. We've taken in proposals for the replacement of our paver, and under advisement, we have formed a committee, investigated the two proposals, gone through maintenance, performance schedules, and evaluated the proposals. Of the two we received, Brandeis did not include a bid bond or Form 95, and was found to have some disadvantages to maintenance and performance. We're therefore recommending acceptance of the McAllister Machinery proposal for a CAT AP 655 paver in the amount of $656,869.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second to accept the purchase of this cat paver. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Bid bond.
Oh, including the bid bond is in that packet.
I'll make a motion, we approve the
Sorry.
bid bond for the purchase of that paver.
Second.
Motion and second to approve this bid bond. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? That passes. Warranty deed.
Yes, County Road 500 East Reconstruction. This is parcel 16, a warranty deed from Scheid LLC in the amount of $21,250.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion and second to approve this warranty deed. Warranty deed. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? That passes. Supplemental agreement number 1.
This is for County Road 450 South. It's, as you said, supplemental agreement number 1 with USI Consultants, Inc. It's for Phase 2 design services and roundabout in the amount of $449,300.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion, we approve the supplemental agreement number 1 for the County Road 450 South project.
Second.
Motion is second to approve this agreement. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Passes. Culvert.
Yep, this is the 2026 four-year culvert inventory contract. It's 325 culverts, 60 inches and more in size. This is with VS Engineering in a not-to-exceed an estimated $118,625.
I'll move to approve as stated.
Second.
Motion is second to approve this culvert inventory contract. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? That passes.
Next, we have a contract for bridge inspection and inventory. This is a 2026-2029 contract with VS Engineering. This is not to exceed $1,004,080.
Move for approval.
Second.
And to add, that's for 220 bridges.
20 bridges over 4 years.
Okay. So motion is second to approve this contract is presented. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? That passes. And then a sale of a paver.
resolution to sell paver to Fountain County. This resolution, there's a similar resolution going to, I don't know if I told you this, but it's going to their meeting tonight.
Okay.
So, along with hold harmless and the agreement for the $40,000 sale.
Move for adoption of Resolution 2025-26-CM, the sale of a paver to Fountain County.
Second.
Motion is second to approve this resolution. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. All right, we have an ordinance now.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion, we hear ordinance 2025-40-CM on second and final reading.
Second.
Okay. Bill?
Good morning. At the last commissioner meeting, Mr. Byers had asked if I'd notified Bagel. I had not at that time, but after that meeting, I did email them with this update and all our builders on our email list. So I just want to let you know that. So if there's any questions, I'd try to answer them.
Did you get much backwash?
Not a lot that I know of.
Any questions for Bill?
No, sir.
Anyone in the audience want to speak in favor or opposed to this?
Steve Schreckengas, 635 South Earl Avenue, Lafayette, representing Bagel along with Mary Ellis, our executive director. First of all, I want to thank you for including us in the discussion and appreciate that. As a home builder, we never like to see prices increase, whether it's a 2x4 or square roof shingles or building permits. In this case, it's a 47% increase from 2019, I believe. So we understand that it's a minimal impact on the cost of a construction of a home, but we do appreciate being included in this. We've asked our members to comment, and we've had some comments, but we understand this is the way of the world. We just want to make sure that it's implemented according to state statute. We've consulted with the Indiana Builders Association, and Mary is more of an expert on this. If you need Mary to educate you, Doug, or whatever, I'm sure you're on top of it. But here again, we understand, and I'll have a comment on Zach's proposal on the storm here in a minute, too. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else willing to speak in favor or opposed to this ordinance? Jennifer?
Murtaugh,
Yes.
Byers,
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-40CM passes 3-0 on second and final reading.
Okay, we have another ordinance.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion, we hear ordinance 2025-44-CM.
Second.
Okay, Zach?
Good morning, everyone. Zach Beasley, County Surveyor. So before you is the Drainage Board fee schedule. First, it did go before the Drainage Board last Wednesday, and the Drainage Board did approve that at that meeting. Just a little background. So in this fee schedule, there's two components. There's the Phase 2 fees and also the drainage review fees. Keep in mind that the drainage review fees was established in 2005, and they have not been raised since 2005, so we're going on 20-plus years. Then the drainage review fees were implemented in 2016, so we're going on 10 years for that side of the fees also, and they have not been raised since 2016. So basically what I did was I went through and using the federal government inflation calculator, they're roughly 20 to 25% increase on all the fees across the board, so which is pretty consistent with what we've seen in society here in the last few years. So I would recommend approval. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Zach. Any questions from the board?
No, sir.
Anyone in the audience would like to speak in favor or opposed to this ordinance?
Once again, Steve Schreckengas, 635 South Earl Avenue, representing Bagel, and Mary Alice is here. Here again, same comments as before. I'd just like a commitment from Zach, you won't raise it again for 9 years. Okay. Thank you.
Any rebuttals, Zach?
I forgot to add one thing, and Steve, thank you for your comments. I did send this out to Mary Ellis with Bagel, and I did send it out to all the local design consulting companies. So I believe I sent it out to all the stakeholders, and everybody had a chance to review it. I had a couple comments, and I addressed the questions. So as far as I know, all the stakeholders were addressed, so thank you.
Anyone else wanting to speak in favor or opposed? Jennifer?
Byers?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Murtaugh?
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-44 passes 3-0 on first reading.
Do you want to suspend the rules or wait for another meeting?
I'd say we allow the public to weigh in on a second meeting.
So this will be at our first meeting in January. Is that what we want? Okay, second reading will be our first meeting in January. All right, moving along, probation, Mr. Hollinger.
Good morning. Dave Hollinger from your probation department. So what I have before you is an MOU with Total Court Services. They are the, excuse me, the company that we contract with to provide drug screening services to our probation clients. Also, they provide services including drug screening to community corrections clients. We had a change in our award from the Indiana Department of Corrections for 2026 that required us to, if you will, renegotiate our MOU or our contract with Total Court Services as far as costs for drug screening. So what I have before you is a proposal to begin January 1 of 2026 that will result in us paying out of our probation user fee $800 a month to provide drug screening services to our probation clients. I would ask for your approval of same.
Thank you, David. Any questions?
No, sir. Mr. President, I would move for approval of the agreement with Total Court Services. It looks like the fees for testing are $15 up to $50, depending on the test, and then the annual is $800 a month for a total of $9,600.
Right, and I would point out that the cost for the, at the time of the drug screening, the cost is borne by the probation client. They're the ones that are required to pay for that fee up front. And then if there's any toxicology associated with that, they also have to cover that cost through Total Court Services. The cost that probation is going to be covering is for software services so that our clients can call in every day and determine whether or not they're eligible for a drug screen that day or next day. Or.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, was that a motion?
Yes.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve this MOU as presented to us. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? That passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sheriff Goldsmith.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. Yeah, what you have is a contract that Doug, thank you for helping us with that. But what this is, it's a new product. There's a lot of software out there now, and there seems to be more every day. But what this is going to allow us to do is put a unit in certain cells inside the jail that will monitor breathing, heart rate, body temperature. If there's falls, if somebody's trying to harm themselves, it can alert staff. It's just another measure to help protect the inmates and protect our staffs. My plan is to put a monitor in bookend, central, and back in medical. Medical can set parameters on the inmates that they're wanting to watch. Right now we have detox cells. The plan is to put monitors in those detox cells and then some other cells as needed. But by joining now, signing the contract now, moving forward, there's some updates that are supposed to come out at the beginning of the year, maybe the first quarter, that will allow us to get those things for free. So it's new technology. It's only been out about a year. So it's kind of a way for us to take lead on something that's helping protect the people that are within our walls.
Mr. President, I would move for approval of the Cell Guardian Service Agreement, which outlines the cost as being $500 each for 10 units to be installed, and an annual fee of $14,280.
Second.
Okay, motion and second to approve this agreement. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Kent?
Good morning. Couple of incidents or events earlier this year, a bankruptcy and an expensive change in licensing caused us to sit back and reevaluate our phone system. Over the last 6 months, we've gone through a number of vendors and narrowed it down to cloud vendor level 365. That's going to run about the same cost as what we're currently paying now and adding a ton of features.
What's the timeline for that project?
For installation,
Yes.
Yeah.
we can install within, 45 to 90 days.
We should have him come up.
If you want to do it.
Could you come up so you're recorded? Sorry.
Stephen Howard, Director of Sales at Level 365. Timeline for installation, we really can move as fast as you guys want to install. Typically, a project of this size would be somewhere in the 45 to 90-day range from the time we start the project.
As long as you're here. Doug, you had a statement?
Yeah, I had prepared additional terms and conditions with sort of the county standard stuff. The document that made the agenda didn't have that. I wanted to make sure that that wasn't catching by surprise or that you looked at them.
Yeah, we approved that.
Okay, great.
And it should be part of,
Okay.
that should be an attachment inside of our agreement.
I think it was just a matter of that piece of it not getting on the actual agenda, which isn't a problem at
Yep.
all. I want to make sure it was, so. I
No,
think-
we appreciate the work you put in there.
Thanks.
Okay. Any other questions? Entertain a motion?
Kent, if you would just hit some of the highlights on the advantage to this particular approach.
One of them is the fact, we've got, after doing a brief survey, we've got almost 200 phones that people do not want, so we won't have to replace those. They're going to go to a desktop soft phone, which software on the computer, basically, to clean up some space on their desktop. There's also a app we can put on the cell phones so that people that are currently carrying 2 phones wouldn't have to do that. This app would appear to act just like a county-issued desk phone. They can use that with quiet hours or office hours, so it can only ring 8 to 4:30 and go straight to voicemail the other times. That way, if a commissioner's off-site and still needs to be contacted, in other departments like probation, they can communicate with their clients via text messaging, but it will still show up as a county phone number and not their personal cell phone number. So, moving into the 21st century.
Mr. President, I would move for approval of the Level 365 agreement along with the terms and conditions. The cost is $61,946 for initial setup and a reoccurring monthly charge of $8,787.
Second.
Okay, motion is second to approve this agreement as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Thank you. All right, now we have an addendum number 1.
Yeah, this will look familiar because it just went in front of the drainage board. This has to do with the Buck Creek Colburn project and the allocation of ARPA funds. You signed an interagency agreement to get that started and get the federal funding in the right county pot of money. But in any case, the Drainage Board has endorsed the bot process that you're using to try and get this contract put together, and authorized the commissioners to administer the payment from the Drainage Board share of ARPA. So that kind of just puts the paperwork in place to have you guys administer this project with Drainage Board funds. It also sets a minimum acquisition fee. I borrowed this from something the Highway Department showed me that NDOT does. You have to acquire some right-of-way, and a lot of it's going to be pretty minimal in price. So it sets a floor of $500 for acquisition of any type or combinations of types of this sort of right-of-way. And it does that so that you're not haggling over, $75 or whatever it is, out of recognition that that's not the best use of anybody's time. And landowners, quite frankly, probably aren't going to be interested in talking to you if it's just a couple of dollars. So anyway, you're allowed to set that floor, and this sets that floor at $500.
Mr. President, I would move for approval of Addendum 1 to the interagency agreement between the Board of Commissioners and the County Drainage Board.
Second.
Motion is second to approve this addendum. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. All right, we have an agreement for legal services for 2026.
Always a little weird presenting my own contract, but I can approve it as to form and legality. It does raise the price from our current rate of $225 an hour to $235 an hour, but otherwise the terms are the same.
Mr. President, I move for approval of contract for legal services.
Second.
Motion is second to approve this legal services contract with Hoffman, Lumen, and Masson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. All right, we now have an addendum and operating agreement with Southside Landfill.
You want me to do this one too? So this is, feels like you could do a history lesson on this one, but it starts back 30 years ago with the Superfund site. You formed a coalition of local stakeholders, the Tippecanoe County Solid Waste Advisory Commission, one, to figure out how to deal with that, but then once you didn't have that landfill to do solid waste transfer, ultimately you came up with a recommendation. And this original contract way back in 2005, this one extends that contract for the years until, 2028, so it would otherwise expire at the end of this year, and it goes another 3 years. It makes provisions for the transfer of relocation. Southside Landfill is moving to a new facility and will no longer need the county-owned facility, so this makes provisions for that. It keeps the trash transfer fees steady as they have been since the 2005 proposal. Those rates have an inflation adjustment, so it's not like you're paying 2005 rates, but it keeps the formula the same. And then it establishes some reporting they're going to do that'll help the Solid Waste Management District and to know what we're recycling. And then it sort of establishes, pins down some rates and pickup dates for recycling, which have been, basically reflects the practice you've had. It was, I don't think, as clearly spelled out in the contract before, so that's just one piece that this cleans up.
Thank you for the cleanup on this, and again, having it all in one document is going to be really good for us moving forward. I will add that it does start a clock for us because this, 2028 will be here before you know it, and to that end, we did have a meeting with officials from Purdue Lafayette and West Lafayette last week to begin the process of really looking forward to what waste management is going to look like in Tippecanoe County, including recycling. So it was a good opportunity to learn what others were doing. So with that said, I'd move for approval of the addendum to the operating agreement with Southside Landfill.
Second.
Motion is second to approve this addendum as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. All right, we have a couple contracts. The first contract is for APC's, the renovation of the existing office space down in the basement. This is with Big Bend Builders.
Mr. President, I'd move for approval of the contract with Big Bend Builders for the APC project at $148,320.
Second.
Motion is second to approve this contract. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. The next one is the Tippecanoe Battlefield. This is the renovation of the restrooms there by the museum to turn them into being ADA compliant.
All right, I'll make a motion, we approve this contract in the amount of $136,203.
Second.
Motion is second to approve this contract. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. The next one is for renovation of the restrooms at the amphitheater and turning them into becoming ADA compliant.
I would move for approval of the agreement with Big Ben Builders in the amount of $13,950.
Second?
Motion is second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. And the last one is for renovation of the restrooms at the Ross Camp to turn those into becoming ADA compliant. They're there in the, I want to call it cafeteria, the mess hall area is what it is. So that's all.
I'll make a motion, we approve this contract in the amount of $141,165.
Second.
Motion is second to approve this contract. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. I would like to thank Paula and Tony and his crew. We're trying to do as many ADA projects as we can to help citizens throughout our whole community on that. All right, we have some bonds to accept.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion, we accept the public officials bonds for 2026 for the clerk of the circuit court, the recorder, the sheriff, and the treasurer.
Second.
Motion is second to accept these official bonds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Sharon, grants.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'd like to ask permission this morning to accept grants from the Homeland Security for TEMA and LEPC to fund delegates to attend the HAZMAT conference in Baltimore and the NASPO conference in Billings, Montana, in the amount of $9,374, and there's no match from the county.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second to accept this grant as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes.
And the Sheriff's Office received an SIA foundation in the amount of $25,000 to provide AEDs for the patrol vehicles.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second to accept this grant as stated. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes.
And finally, Gateway to Hope with the Health Department was awarded the Health Foundation of Greater Indianapolis, and it's in the amount of $7,500 that will support the syringe service exchange program through June of 2026.
So moved.
Second. Is this a new grant?
Nope,
No.
that's one they get.
Okay, motion is second to accept this grant as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes.
Thank you.
All right. Any unfinished or new business need to come before the board? We have reports on file. Clerk of the Circuit Court, the Coroner's Office, Humane Society for Greater Lafayette, Tippecanoe County Public Library, the Treasurer. Those reports will be in the Commissioner's office for public viewing. Any public comment?
I'd like to take a moment to introduce Dominic Vittori. He's working part-time for a few weeks in the auditor's office, studying public policy at William and Mary College in Virginia. So welcome.
Welcome.
This is the best place to learn it. Any other public comment from anyone? If not, I wish you all very happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you all.
Move to adjourn.
Meeting adjourned.
I don't think we have to sign anything on these.